My hometown, Chillicothe, Ohio.
Portland, Oregon.
Yes, it's Atoka right now. Now it's, currently it's Atoka, but I'm originally from New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Now I live in Atoka. And I'm from New Jersey too.
Munford. I live on the Munford side. One side's Munford, one side's Atoka.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, when I was in grade school, we had this big old huge tree in our front yard, and that was when Mighty Mouse was on TV. You don't even know who that is. And my mother climbed up a tree, and she hung a rope on there, and all of us 6 kids in my family could climb up the tree with no shoes on. We didn't wear shoes at that point. They weren't invented yet. And so we climbed up the tree, and we would swing down out of that tree, and we'd say, "Here he comes to save the day." And that was our fun time. We never stayed inside.
I would say rescuing my collie from recess. We used to live across the street from the elementary school, and our dog would not stay in the yard. And at recess, she would come over and play with all the kids.
Aww.
And then I would have to round her up and take her back home. So she was a good dog.
Oh, recess was when I always got in trouble.
I was a good kid.
Oh, I got smacked. The principal caught me and my brother fighting over some filberts.
Uh-oh.
Don't have one.
The wonderful sister you had?
Yeah, I had a great sister.
My dad was in the service and we moved around a lot, and I really don't have any childhood memories.
Baseball.
Foursquare. I was a Foursquare champ.
I played basketball, when I was in school.
Football.
Probably 16 Candles, because that came out the year that I turned 16.
Oh, that's a good memory. I don't know. I spent too much time outside. We didn't pay much attention. Maybe something from Bonanza or something. That's the one, yeah.
I watched Bonanza.
That's the only show we've watched, really.
I'm not a music person.
Twelve. I'm just a high school graduate.
Oh, I had a year of college. Northwest Christian College in Eugene, Oregon.
What was your degree in? Or
I didn't get a
know it
degree.
for?
When they get a degree, they don't do
Yeah.
degrees in 1 year.
I went to college, so I went to graduate school, so I have a master's degree.
Oh, what do you have your degree in?
Business, well, the master's is in operations management, and I have one in business administration for my bachelor's, but I'm going for another bachelor's degree in health promotion.
12th grade at Munford.
1 semester of college.
Oh, my first job was babysitting for my neighbor's kids at 35 cents an hour. 4 kids, 35 cents an hour.
I got 50 cents.
Well, I was a little earlier than you.
That's true.
And first full-time job was the U.S. Navy.
Oh, okay. My first job was also babysitting, but it was my brother and sister, and it was for free. But I did babysit, and I did get 50 cents. But if they stayed out past midnight, you got 75 cents. I did get into trouble doing that one time, though, because we played with the record player a little too much. And then my first full-time job, I was the head cook in a nursing home when I was 19.
Wow.
So if you saw me from here down, you'd see that I'm always a good cook.
First job was cutting grass on the military base at the housing area when I was about 9, 10 years old.
What was your first full-time job?
Working in a warehouse with Raybro Electric.
My first job was in a book warehouse. I used to fill orders for school libraries.
My first job was in a factory where my mother worked, but I didn't stay long.
Well, I did work a while. I married at 21, and we didn't have the money for me to go to Millington to get a job, so I didn't have a job until I married, and I worked almost a year at a hat ads in Millington, and that's all I've ever worked, because my husband didn't want me to work. Oh.
Standing at attention while John F. Kennedy drove past me in Brunswick, Maine. Got to salute him as he passed by.
Oh, how cool is that? It's a good one. It's a good one. I think probably when my daughters graduated from college and my husband graduated from college, and then when they all started teaching, well, probably started out when the first one took their first step and you start crying then.
When I got saved,
And when was that?
when I was about 50 years old.
My proudest moment was when I delivered my first baby. And I had 4 kids, and they're wonderful kids. I was lucky.
I guess my proudest moment was retiring from the Navy.
Three daughters, 5 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren. Why?
Can you stop?
I think most of them are done now.
That's it? Well, I got gypped.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters. One is married, one is not. And our married daughter and her husband have given us 2 beautiful grandchildren. And that's it. And then I think they forgot how to do more. So.
Do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, I have 11.
I don't have any children of my own. I have 2 stepchildren, and they all had kids. And I have some grandchildren, about 4, and then I have 1 great-grandchild.
My wife and I had a yours, mine, and ours family. So I have 4 stepchildren and 2 children. And I have 26 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren.
When Christopher was born, I guess, he's, I don't have any children of my own, but my husband's brother his son lived with us till he was 16, and they live in one of my rental houses, and they have Christopher. And I guess that was my proudest moment when Christopher came along.
Get off of the computer,
Right.
off of the electronics, and go find something real to do.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's do some volunteer work. Let's get some
Hands-on
hands-on.
things, and
Go outside and play once
cooperating.
in a
Yeah, I think you guys are growing up too fast.
while. Really?
You're not having enough playtime.
Yeah.
That's why everybody has to go to exercise places.
I think it's important to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. It takes work, and anything worth having is going to take a lot of hard work, but it'll be worth it in the end. It'll be something to be proud of. Like, I never thought when I was 18 that I would have been in the Navy and stayed in for as long as I did, but it happened, and that's the way life is sometimes. You can either let it happen to you, or you can make things happen.
Pick something, the ones that are going to college, pick something that you know you're going to enjoy, because if you get a job you don't like and you're miserable, you're not going to be happy.
Well, I'm, as active as I am at this age, I wish I would dance. That's good physically and mentally, and I just wish they'd take more interest in dancing.
Get all the education you can.
I don't know, they're awful darn smart.
Probably too
They're,
smart.
they're too technical though.
Yeah,
Too techos.
yeah. But they pick up awful fast.
Yeah.
I think they're going to save the world one of these days. Kind of like on Red
Boy, it
Dawn.
needs it. Oh, never mind. Netted that out too.
Um, there are a lot of young people who have good ambitions, and I think if you all will just pay attention to what happened in history, then you won't have to repeat things. Go through the stuff we're going through today.
They are wonderful kids. They really are. They get along well with their brothers and sisters. I mean, they do have a few arguments once in a while, but they look out for each other, and that makes me feel good. That they care about each other.
What I've seen is that the kids of this generation do want to work hard, and they're out there doing things. Like when I go to school now, I'm older, I'm around kids that are just starting college or in the middle of college, and I just see how hard they work. They're holding down 2 jobs and doing maybe a double major, but they're working hard to reach their goals, and that's impressive to me, the fact that they want to do that. And I think it's great.
When did you serve?
When I served, 7 July 1961 to 29 April 1963.
What branch?
Navy,
What war period did you serve in?
Vietnam,
What was your best memory while serving?
the JFK thing.
Yeah.
Really. I think I already answered that one.
That's really cool, though.
Yes.
What would you say about this generation of veterans or active servicemen?
They're definitely different. They've cut back the military to the point where it's getting a little bit scary. They're automating everything. A computer is not going to save you if the ship's going down. I'm sorry. You need the shipmate with you. They need to rethink that part of the military.
Mm-hmm. I took care of sailors for 25 years as a military pay technician here at Millington.
Oh, you DK too, huh?
Well, close enough.
Yeah.
But I did notice a big change in the sailors from the time I started working until the time I retired. And it was more and more a lack of discipline, disrespect for those who were in charge of them, as well as disrespect of the seniors down to the younger sailors.
Mm-hmm.
And training was a very difficult thing because of the lack of respect, mutual respect there. Plus, a lot of the military senior or military retired senior people who became administrative didn't really have respect for senior civilians who had been around a long time, and usually it's the civilians who provide the continuity in the jobs, because sailors come and go, so somebody has to help them learn the new job each time. So that was just a little issue that we had. And of course, as you get older, you get a little more outspoken. So I could easily get into trouble.
I served from 1981 to 2010, and some of that time was reserve time. I was in the reserves for about 10 years at drilling. I have 20 years of active duty.
In what branch?
Navy.
What war period did you serve in?
Initially during the Cold War, but I was in the reserves during the first, Desert Storm, and then I was on active duty during this time with the Iraq and Afghan conflicts, but I wasn't deployed. I was still stateside, but doing work to support those efforts.
What is your best memory while serving?
Best memory while serving was just when, our shipmates, our other sailors, when we worked together to accomplish something. I enjoyed the camaraderie that we had because we shared a goal and a lifestyle, and we understood each other. And when we get together now, when we see each other in retirement, we have memories to share. So it's been good.
What would you say about this generation of veterans or active servicemen?
This generation has really sacrificed a lot. They've been deployed and been in support of a lot of different efforts that around the world. Not to say that the other generations didn't, they did, but they've been called on quite a bit. Like I have a stepson who was in the Army, and he did 3 tours in Iraq and a tour in Afghanistan. So, I really admire him for being there, because it is hard to go through that and be separated from family.
Is there anything else you would like to add about service at all?
Just that it's, the reason I went in is I wanted to continue my education. I was at a point in time where I had gotten out of school but wanted to go back to college, and I saw the Navy as my opportunity to be able to finish school, and it has allowed me to finish school. The 2 degrees, previous degrees I got while I was on active duty, but this one I'm working on with my GI Bill, so I'm just grateful for the opportunity to learn.
What branch did you serve?
Air Force
And when did you serve?
from 64 to 68,
What war period did you serve in?
Vietnam.
What was your best memory while serving?
I was with a civic action team in Thailand, and just the gratitude of the people for us helping them.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about serving?
I think the kids today, everyone needs to serve. I think we need to bring the draft back, and I think it helped the young people today to be able to make better decisions in their future life on what they want to do.
I found out about the line dancing. I love to dance.
All right.
Well, I really didn't want to look stupid doing the dancing because I just don't know how to do this, but I thought it would be fun too.
It's good
So
exercise.
we have a mutual friend, and she invited us to come.
It was here. The fact that they opened a place that had some activities going on for seniors, that's what interests us. I'm into health promotion, so I see it as a great opportunity to share what I'm learning with the community and help make it a better place.
And
Well, I always wanted to learn line dancing when I heard they were having a class here and encouraged, but they have a lot of other things that are interesting. So,
what is your favorite activity here?
line dancing.
I'd have to say that's my favorite too, is the line dancing. But I'd be glad when things start picking up and they get more activities, more fitness classes would be nice.
Well, I was asked. I was asked to come, but I belong to Lewis Center in Memphis and Fraser Riley at Fraser, and I'm active in both of those, and I teach the line dancing here.
Okay. So your favorite activity here would be the line dancing?
Yeah. And I've been teaching since 2001.
Okay.
I have an associate's degree in nursing.
Well, when we lived in Lawton, I went to one there and played dominoes all day, every day. And when we moved over here, I just started hunting for a place to go.
What is your favorite activity at the recreation center?
Bible study.